Ralo is trying to buy the Young Dolph footage because they want to get justice for Dolph. Everybody already knows that he was set up, and they pretty much trying to get to the bottom of everything, man. A lot of the people been on the run for a while, and it's a lot of people that's been captured. And basically, at the end of the day, everybody that's close to Memphis, close to the sources, knows how Dolph got set up, and it was all over the beef between Yogotti, CMG, Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster, everybody that's been involved, everybody that has something to do with setting up Young Dolph and his tragic passing and everything like that, the karma is gonna come on them, man, because all this that they doing is gonna come back to bite them. Like they got caught red-handed, and at the end of the day, they're gonna have to basically like answer to every single thing, man, because now that they had been involved in the Young Dolph incident, the RICO is coming for every single one of them, man. Because you can't just set somebody up, be involved in all this, be connected to all these people that got hit up, locked up, and were involved in it. Govan Hernandez literally got locked up for being the mastermind of the Young Dolph hit. And he got out on the ankle monitor and literally a 90,000 bond. So the fact that at first they were going to give him a whole life sentence, but whatever he told to the prosecutors in the DA's office is what's making them do the RICO. That's why they started investigating Big Jook, and they were really trying to find somebody that's close to yogotti to be able to infiltrate, because they knew the way that they were going to be able to take yogotti down, since everybody thinks that he's pretty much the guy that called the shots. They knew they had to get close to Big Jook because that's his right-hand man and his street enforcer, his brother. He plays a lot of roles for CMG and yogotti. So they knew they had to get to Big Jook in order to take down Gotti, and that's why they got Big Jook to start testifying against yogotti. Once they found that out, man, it was basically every man for himself. There was no more CMG, no more loyalty, because people from inside CMG were already trying to dodge their own time. They gave Govan and Big Jook 25 to life, 50 years to life. And in order for them to get out of that sentence and those charges, they had to basically provide the information on how yogotti was involved and set up the Young Dolph thing. And so this is the reason why Govan got released so early, because they weren't planning on giving none of the Young Dolph suspects any type of bond. They weren't going to give them probation or nothing. They were just really going to let them sit until the trial came. Because once the trial comes and they subpoena everybody and they find out the footage like that came out that Ralo's trying to buy, once they find out the footage of the Bentley truck driving by and how all these CMG dudes were really like right on that same street, right on that same block that Dolph got hit up. And that's not for no reason. It has to be that they were actually there trying to like see it all happen. They were trying to confirm the hit went down. You know, they wanted to be able to brag about it. They want to be able to say that they were there or close by it, you know. And at the end of the day, it's a sad situation because it should have never went down like that. Young Dolph was the king of Memphis. A lot, you know, I mean, he could have had more security. He could have had more of this and more of that. But at the end of the day, it was pretty much the hate and the greed, jealousy, envy of yogotti, CMG, Black Youngster, Moneybagg Yo, Govan, Big Jook, Cornelia Smith, Justin Johnson. Like every single person that was involved, they pretty much fell for the greed. They fell for the envy, the jealousy, and it made them hypnotized by the hate to the point where they were willing to throw everything away just to try to get Dolph. And you know, they don't really gain. Nobody gained anything from this. Yogotti and them didn't make no bread from trying to set up Dolph. And it was just basically, it's just something that's going to have to come back and bite them. And they're going to end up getting locked up for all of this. The investigators and the prosecutors, they're going to charge everybody that has something to do with the Young Dolph like case, because they know that they have to set an example for this. Memphis has been going through a lot. The city of Memphis has got a lot of rappers, has got a lot of talent, but everybody is looking up to the wrong people. They looking up to yogotti and Black Youngster trying to crash out in the streets and never make it anywhere in life. And so, but the other people that was really rooting for Young Dolph, they were looking at Dolph start businesses and, you know, making millions of dollars outside of rap. And so that way Dolph showed people he did not have to be a rapper. Dolph was making more money and just as much money, millions and millions, doing his own businesses and everything. And so this is what made Yo Gotti and them ticked off, because there was nothing they could do to try to stop Dolph. Like, he had multiple avenues, multiple facets of way to get his bread and everything. He was teaching Glock, he was teaching a lot of the PRE dudes how to make it out, how to be millionaires and get on, get their generational wealth, take care of their families and everything like that. And that's why a lot of people have more respect for Young Dolph than they did for Yo Gotti. Dolph was actually a good role model. He gave back to the community. He made a lot of people pretty much make it to where they didn't have to turn to the streets and do anything to get themselves in trouble. They're like, you know what, Dolph doing it the right way. Dolph hustling out there. He's trying to make it happen. Let me just go ahead and look at that and try to emulate or apply that in their own life and everything. And that's why a lot of people gave Dolph a round of applause. This is why Ralo was in business with Dolph. This is why Gucci Man and them were working with Dolph. They were all starting something big and major, and everybody in the whole hip hop knew Dolph was a real one. And so it was sad that once they found out how Yo Gotti and them had this beef, and they tried to set up Dolph multiple times on 3 different occasions and all of this stuff, and basically they knew, now everybody knows that they don't want to be seen around CMG. That CMG, like, they started getting booked less for all the shows. They had to bring Glorilla in to get the hype back up. Moneybagg Yo and had the issues with Finesse 2 times. Yo Gotti's concerts were getting hit up, and people were jumping on stage trying to snatch the chains. People were going backstage to the dressing rooms. The security guards were letting dudes in that was PRE, that was trying to get revenge and slide for Dolph and get the get back. And so all of this is the karma happening to them from pretty much doing the wrong thing. And so that's why they should have never messed with Young Dolph. And at the same time, everybody in Memphis sees that they already were beefing for many, many years, and they knew that it was going to be coming to a point where Yo Gotti, Young Dolph, they were going to see, their crews were going to run into each other at one of these shows. And really, that's what happened with the 100 Shots, is that at the music festival, at the whole awards and everything like that, and, it was like they seen Young Dolph with the Sprinter van, and that's when Black Youngster and them tried to get him at that time. But Dolph, he was already one step ahead. He had the whole, he had his whole truck, the Benz Sprinter van, bulletproof. He basically had it armored. He had a whole armored vehicle, so they couldn't really touch him. And so Black Youngster and them ended up getting in trouble for that. Black Youngster had to turn himself in. Dolph didn't actually press any charges, but the feds have a history of what Black Youngster and Yo Gotti already did, and what they already got themselves turned in for, and what they already had on their rap sheet. And so when they went back and looked at it, and the sources were saying that it was them that took out Dolph, then they already know. That's why they're setting up a RICO, because they already know from the past incidents that they were already trying to get Dolph. The witnesses that seen everything go down, that were right there in front of the cookie shop, the witnesses are going to be able to say they seen the Bentley truck, they seen Black Youngster, they seen Yo Gotti driving by. This is why everybody was like, that one witness ended up coming up missing, was because the witnesses seen the cars driving by and all the people running out the side of the cookie shop. And so it's people that really seen what had happened out there. And so the justice for Dolph is coming very soon.